Welcome, everybody. I'm so honored to be here with my dearest friend and my coach and mentor, the lady who actually introduced me to this amazing company and the technology. I'm super grateful for you, Zsuzsanna, for all those years. You saved my life in many different areas. She will share with us her knowledge. She was doing a lot of her success through how you call it, organic way. She still does, and she's really good at it. So I'm so looking forward to hear her story, and so keep your mind open and your heart open for this amazing lady. And thank you everyone for joining us. There you go, Zsuzsanna.
Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you, and I'm very happy to be here, chat about our journey towards freedom, because I guess this is what all of us is aiming for. You have more time, freedom, and money, and just all the choices we can have in our life. And Ineduc is definitely one of the, if not the best company to do it with.
So
my journey.
How long you have been doing this?
Well, this is the thing I just wanted to say. My journey started quite a long ago. It's way more than 15 years since we are drinking the water, because I was searching for something. Something was going to help us to find a solution for my older son's stomach-related problems. So it was like a search for almost 6 years for so many different things. And after failing the system, all the doctor appointments and hospitals and whatnot, and not getting further ahead, just staying, just repeating the same old, I was very frustrated and really wanted to find something to able to help him. And this is how we started the natural pathway, and then getting some more information in a healing process, and then searching all of, working all day, supporting, earning some money to able to support the kids. And then all the night was all about searching. And then after so many things, I came across a ebook online, which was actually after the naturopath suggestion, all about the detoxification process, what was missing in Balázs's body. I find the water ebook. So it was very interesting, because I saw the company name beforehand in different sites after searching for something, and all of a sudden it came up like the company and their product and whatnot. So of course I downloaded, just punching your email and phone number and whatnot to the ebook. And then the owner of the ebook called me a few days later. So he said, well, I'm not sure what exactly, and I can tell you if it's going to help or not, but here we are, not too far, come and grab the product. Like, I am sharing this incredible product. And then of course I heard his story, how much it helped for his wife. And of course I was just like, okay, well, let's try another thing. You never know what's gonna be, right? So anyway, Balázs's story you probably heard many times. It's like 2.5 weeks later, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm supposed to feel. I didn't know that. Of course, drinking lots of water and then realizing the difference of it. So this is how we started. This is how Ineduc came to our lives. So after his amazing result, and the circle around us kind of understanding, knew our story. So it was very easy to kind of share the information. And then we never, or did not really look into the business side of it. That was not important and not at all at that point. So I had 4 or 5 sales going through, like, asking our sponsor to help us in a few months. And I was surprised. Okay, what did I do for this? Like, thank you checks. I was just like, oh, I like this one, but what did I do? Like, it was just so.
I remember, to just interrupt you, when we met, and I was so much in pain. If you remember, I had such a bad headache.
Mm-hmm.
And you give me the water, and I will never forget for rest of my life when I ask you what's in it, because I just guzzle a couple of glasses. And you just give me this beautiful smile. It's like, nothing, it's just the water. And I'm like, So what's wrong with me? Like, I was thinking I have the best water on the planet because I paid so much money for extra fridge and the filter. And here we go. She's saying it's just the water. And I remember that years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, 15 years ago was a bit different about talking about, the quality of the water. It wasn't that mainstream at all. And then we had very, cross-eyed reactions after, willing to share the information. Not everybody was receptive, but this is the shift and sort. So I was sharing the water for years and years and years, and actually Balázs was the water boy, because I had to go to work, right? And he was home, or he had the different schedule. So it was like an open door. Anytime you had a chance to come by with your jug, just come, and Balázs was filling up the jug. So it was a very interesting couple of years. But then the thank you checks came, right? So, and actually he was the one who really wanted to look into it, what's behind it, right? We had some experience with network marketing, so we kind of understood the big picture of it, but it was not my intention at all to look into it, or I have no time or energy at all, because I was just working so hard and busy. My time was completely occupied. And then, slowly but surely, in 3 or so years after, we find out, what 6A means, and how actually you can get the commission, and, the rest is just like
History.
it is what happened. So my
So
life before
basically,
energy.
so
We have a
basically,
few years.
sorry.
That's okay.
So what makes you to really start the business is basically because you helped Balázs with his health issue, or because you kind of see potential in this particular business?
Well,
And you
it's the combination of two. So when I was sharing about the product right after Balázs got help, and we realized that, like, I had a back pain after a car accident, and of course I didn't really pay much attention to it. It was there, like, it happens, you just get used to it, and all of a sudden, like a few months later, just like, where are you? Not like I'm missing you, but what happened, right? So little by little, and then my younger son was so young, so I was asking him after Balázs's result, and when I noticed that my energy and even sleeping and these little aches and pains was gone, like he didn't really feel much, right? He was just so young and healthy, and paying attention, so it wasn't a big noticeable, but he loved the water, so he was drinking it. So anyway, and then of course sharing the water, the information, and receiving the commission check, you think about it, right? So this is what I need to do. I mean, this is that's so rewarding, helping people, because of course everybody who had the water and actually drank the water gets some kind of great result, right? And then
Yes.
after understanding and looking into it, your mind cannot stop. It was just like constantly, okay, so who can I help? And I never really looked into it for the money side for such a long time, because I'm really working from the heart, and I do not have any business experience at the beginning. So I was just like sharing, caring, loving, and then hopefully buying the machine, and then I'm gonna get the reward, and then eventually find quite a few people thinking of me, like here, Margaret as well, one of the ladies. And then we started doing the same, and then everything changed in the last 7-8 years towards building the business or sharing the information, because the online world evolved. So it is completely different how we started, like 15, or I should say like 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are just shifting as we should.
That's great. Yeah, I still remember those days. Yeah, when we were looking for the place to get together and listen Balázs, and yeah, it was different. It's hard to compare even to what's happening now. But again, how would you say, is it for someone who is really kind of already have the unit, or maybe thinking about it and have a couple different ways to start the business? What would you say, like what advice you would give to someone who is really scared? Because most of the people I notice, they just scared for investment. to put the investment, because it is investment you have to put in any business. Obviously, there's no business that you can start for free. What would be your advice to someone who is really looking for something? What would be the best advice from you, from your experience and knowledge?
For the product or for the business, or both?
I would say both.
Well, they really have to understand, and it is our job to explain it very well. This is the product like you need. It's not like it's so, especially these days, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who was kind of, shocked what happened with the world the last 3 years. But then health is so important. Like, doesn't really matter if you don't have your health, right? So this is the product, like it's basically 70% of your body, right? So as soon as they get enough education about it, it's a must in my word, especially when they understand the full picture, how much they can save and replace all the chemicals in the household and the whole 9 yards. So it's very important to get them enough information. And of course, you can't really give them, or we shouldn't really give them a lot at once, because it's very hard to digest, right? So we have to be, just sprinkle information and be patient with them. And the follow-up, like, you give some information, you can just walk away and waiting for them to get back, because they don't know what we do, right? So we really have to be patient with them and just sprinkle our caring, loving, and of course, great information. And of course, asking lots of questions. So what kind of information they need, because every single one of us is different, right? So I think this is the key. It's if we are talking about the offline world, because this is exactly why online is a bit easier when you get to that point and understand how the online marketing works, because then it's not you who going to after them, they are coming to you. And when they do, their mindset is completely different. They are ready for more information when they are asking for it, right? So this is one of the biggest, I guess, differences between online and offline, because they are just more open-minded at one point. But of course, the online world is a different world. I usually compare it to like learning a new language. I remember the first 3 years, I was barely open my mouth here in Canada, because I was so language poor, right? I was like embarrassed and, completely lost, and, all that dictionary, and oh my gosh, was no cell phone, or the world was completely different, trust me. So the online is like a new language. You have to have a great foundation, so you can't just throw money on the marketing and, hoping for the great results, because that's not how it works. So you really have to put your just your time and energy into it and learn it and find a great platform with a supportive community. I think that's the key, and just be patient with yourself. So
it's something which just crossed my mind. Would you say that your personal development, the way you develop yourself and the way you start thinking, is also very important in that kind of business we do?
Of course, I think it's everything else like that. Like, you can just read the book and you think everything, right? So the mindset, just like learning, it's so easy right now for thinking about how we evolve, because I'm watching my granddaughter growing and evolving like day by day. But without the experience, without, all that little bombs, it won't be the contrast. And this is exactly what we have to try and see. And then, I don't think it's a failing, it's a learning curve, what we are all go through, but definitely it's a ever evolving journey.
Would you recommend the #1 book for someone who is new and struggling to start with being on this journey? What would you recommend?
Well, it's really depends where everybody stands, because we are all different. But definitely feeling good, I think that's the base of everything. And feeling good, very, very important. And you cannot feel good without feeling grateful. So this is like, comes hands in hand. And then for that, the magic is like the #1 thing. It's a very easy to follow little daily guide for a month, and then you repeat it a few times, and you basically cannot be grateful when you open your eyes, because it's, you know, you realize that, oh my gosh, this is just beautiful. And I have to be honest, every single time when I get to the magic and doing this grateful exercise, or just, you know, going through my life, I am so freaking grateful to find this opportunity and the product. Like I can't even picture my life without it. Like it's just so grained in our life now, and, you know, into the body. And I think that's another thing. When you drink this high quality water, you are changing just by doing that. And then when you do that, you want to change more because it feels good. So it just step by step. And everybody, and this is the quote I actually really, really like, because it doesn't matter, you know, how slowly you go, but you do not stop, because sometimes, you know, life's gonna throw you a curveball. And of course, you know, the roller coaster ride of the journey. So it's not always in a high, or, you know, not always in a low. You have to find a common ground in the middle, but that's not always simple. So it's okay. And this is the beauty of the business. Doesn't matter if it's online or offline. You can, you know, just stop, pause, recharge, or even walk away a bit, realize that, and really think it over, what we got here, what we have, and then get back with a full speed and go again. So yeah, definitely the magic. Short answer.
Yes, this book changed my life, definitely. And I'm sure I'm not only the person who would actually feel the same way. So anyone joining us today have some questions to Zsuzsanna, feel free to ask. If not, we will be ending, because she's busy lady. If you have any question, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask her question.
Yes, please do. Or anytime after, reach out.
I'd like to ask a question if possible.
No problem.
Yes.
I'd love to know what has been yours and Balage's biggest sort of struggle within all of this, because I know we have the highs and the lows, but what's the biggest challenge that you've overcome?
Health-wise or business-wise? What's the
business-wise? What's the biggest struggles that you face, or, you know, as a family, really? What challenges have you overcome that's been hardest for yourselves to overcome?
The biggest, I wouldn't call it a struggle. I had to be very patient with him, because he was drinking the water for so long, and he started, you know, in different network marketing beside his full-time job. And I
She's talking about Balázs, of course.
Balázs, yeah. And I never felt right, because he started the business. I mean, he started to talk about the business and the numbers as soon as he found out, but he was only 22, 23. So when you sit down with a 40-some years old who think he knows way more than you do as a 20-some years old, you know, it was very hard for him, even though he understood the numbers, like, you know, and he didn't have enough understanding of the business side of it, you know, the marketing and the sales and whatnot, without any experience. So, you know, waiting for him to really see what's in Edgic, and I didn't see it either. Like, so I wasn't the one who should, you know, go and shake him and tell him to do something with it, because I wasn't the one who really see the full potential of it, right? So basically, I was just very patient and seeing he's, you know, trying this, trying that, supporting him, of course, always 100+%. And then he's the one who realized that what we got, right? And actually, I remember my younger son, who was in the university those years, and was telling me so many times, we should tell Balázs not to sell this and that. Then here is the water machine. And I said, well, you can't really do that. We gotta wait, right? And I remember the time when he called and was telling me, Mom, I decided from now on, I'm 100%, 110% in edging. And I was just like, okay, let me stop, I'm driving. But that was 5 years into he's drinking the water. But he had so many other, you know, sales experience and realizing the leverage and everything what the company is offering. But he did the work way before he started the business. So I wouldn't call that a challenge. It was like, you know, perfect timing, as everything else in our life, right? It was the patience. I think I'm pretty sure if I would push him or forced him or try to do anything else, which I couldn't really do anything after like 12 years of with him, it was I decide. what it took, which is perfect. This is exactly why we are here, right? So yeah.
Oh, I just want to say thank you as well, because I met you in London. You probably you were there in London, weren't you, recently in the summer?
Yes,
The
yes.
whole family was there, and I met you all, and I came on stage, and I just wanted to say that I'm so grateful to all of you doing this as a family, because I'm a single parent and I'm doing this for me and my children, and I'm only in the beginning of my journey. I've only been doing this for 5 months now, but I'm so
Beautiful.
excited and honoured to be here and to see such a genuine family having such wonderful and beautiful experiences because of this, because of Enagic, because of this company. And it really totally inspires me to be able to know that through the challenges of one on which I'm going through now, to be able to continue on with this business, knowing that this is the answer to everything. This is what will help me get through my problems and give me the life that you guys are living.
Yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
After that, when he figured out, you know, what's the business and how to run with it, I'm honestly is just still the biggest support, the supporter, of course, besides his beautiful family, right? So we were always so tight, and you know, he's like a family man thinking about everybody. You know, it's just like, and that shows, and I'm pretty sure I don't have
it does show.
but
It
I'm
does
very,
show,
very
and
proud of him. Yes.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, and it's grateful to be part of this beautiful world. So I'm so grateful to be here, and thank you.
Yeah,
Good
lovely.
to have you
Lovely
here.
to have you here.
We have one more question, Zsuzsanna, and we can finish this up. Can you talk about how you do organic marketing?
Organic marketing, well, you just have to find the opportunity to talk about it, like either asking a great questions. I don't know if you have a bigger circle, or what really, really works for me lately, I'm asking for referrals, because it's not everybody is open to listen right away, especially if you are new to the group, which I really enjoy joining, you know, new any kind of groups, but mostly something to do with nature, like walking groups or hiking, whatever. So eventually, you know, we come to the point we talk about, so what are you doing, what kind of income or whatever. And then I always share, but I really like to ask, you know, when they listen differently, if you ask referrals. So I tell them, like, it might not be for you, or you are not looking anything extra right now, but you might know someone who's actually desperate to find the information out. So I share, you know, the information, it comes up in whatever is relevant, and then always remind them to think about others as well, right? So it's a bigger group, and this is how we start the conversation. And then sometimes it goes further than other times, but follow-up always helps. It's always good to, you know, just sprinkle a little information here and there. But definitely the business side is way more powerful these days, for so many reasons, right? Everybody needs a few $100 extra, and then as soon as they understand they can save money if they you know, get enough information of the product, and then even the payment plans, not necessarily from the full price out of the pocket, and then the package deal for the business, and you know how fast you can evolve and grow with the business. And actually, you know, it's like a community kind of activity. It's more open ears than not.
Always comes to that, just sharing information and asking questions and sharing.
Yeah, I think when they feel you genuinely want to help them, that's, you know, and of course it's really depend the group, you know, the people around you, what's their interest.
Okay,
I found the book. Yeah, it's like the magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
The magic.
Okay. That was amazing. Thank you very much, Zsuzsanna, to give us this.
Well, thanks for having me. I was very happy to be here, and I hope to share
and
something.
Thanks everybody for coming live with this lady, and I hope you can get some
keep in touch
from her, and yeah, we shall repeat in a while again, and that would be amazing if she will find some time for us. Thank you again for everybody. Thank you, Zsuzsanna, super grateful for you, and thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you so much for organizing, Margaret. See you soon.
See you. Bye-bye. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.